Hello everybody, today we're back with more Pokemon. Paldea Evolved, honestly the most underrated set for all of Pokemon, right at this current point in time. This set is beyond crazy. The price of it, the PSA 10 versions of illustration rares out of this set is crazy. You have one that's over $2,000. I think 4 or 5 that are basically hovering around 500 up or down, and this booster box you can pick up for, again, a couple $100. So at that point, if you pull any of these out of there, like, you won. You instantly won. So if you can find Paldea Evolved and you can get Paldea Evolved, open it. I don't know what the prices will keep going like. There's none in Pokemon Center. There's limited around, so let's see what we can find in these. Let's get into it. Okay, so we got 2 booster boxes. Again, we are hunting. We are hunting. Paldea Evolved, honestly, I thought this set was good from the beginning. I didn't think it would go as crazy as it has over the last little while. PSA 10 copies of a lot of these cards are going for astronomical prices. Like, this is definitely the crazy of the crazy, because this set in the beginning, it was more about the next gen Pokemon than the older. But the values on it have taken OGs to the next level. You got Magikarp. Iono is somewhat newer, but regardless. Raichu, Tyranitar, Meryl, even like, again, Fuecoco, Skeldridge. The Chi-Yu one is probably the highest price modern Pokemon that's in this set. But yeah, this set is absolutely amazing. And there's just so much. So we got Wu Qian already out of it. So that's our illustration rare, I think, for the box, right? Our special illustration rare. And honestly, it sucks because that card is not worth a whole lot in comparison to what's in this box and the value of it. That is on the lower tier of what exists in this. What exists in this set. At this point, all I gotta say is it's crazy. The only problem I would say with this set is the Magikarp has been impossible. Like, I've opened up so many of these packs, and honestly it was the same when I was like going crazy on Evolving Skies. I didn't, not for the life of me, pull an Umbreon. Frustrated the heck out of me, but you know, opening up those boxes when they were like $200 and opening up a lot of them. Looking back at it now, it's like, damn, should have just bought the card. Okay. So we got one big one already. Is it clean? It looks pretty clean. It's a little off-center though, which sucks. I don't know how much is off-center because, again, PSA has now changed their ruling on it. 55-45. It basically has to be perfect. Like, there's no real leniency when it comes to these cards. I would be more excited if that thing visually was better, but regardless, again, 2 hits out of it and I think we're only a quarter into this. Paldea Evolved has a ton of hits and a ton of cards that PSA 10 versions of them is worth a lot. It's worth a lot. So opening up these, honestly, is way, in my eyes, way more worth it than trying to just buy these cards. I haven't been able to see much in the way of clean Magikarp cards anyways. Most of the cards we saw in the beginning when we were opening them up, like these Paldea Evolved, they were all off-center. They were all 9s. So I understand why that card is almost like basically approaching over $2,000. And again, same thing with the Greninja. It's crazy. It's just absolutely nuts. You're better off just like, at this point, if you want to just buy a card, buy the 151 stuff, buy the Charizard, buy the Blastoise, buy the Venusaur, and just keep those. That set is overproduced, but it's a huge nostalgia set. It'll still, in my eyes, it'll still increase in value. Slowking. There's so many cards in that set that just make all this stuff kind of look back and you're like, yeah, that's an awesome card. That's an awesome card. But these random sets like this, where there's that many hits, that's the crazy part. Like, and again, they weren't meant to be the big cards, the set cards. They're the illustrationer. They're the fill-in cards to make you feel like you still pulled something, but it wasn't meant to be the hit card. But we as collectors and fans of this stuff made them into the hit cards. That Magikarp was not meant to be a hit card. It's not meant to be as crazy as it is. But you know what? I'm glad it is. Chien-Pao and like all those weird next gen Pokemon stuff, honestly, it's kind of weird. Not a big fan of it. It's nothing to brag on about. Let's just say that much. The Terrapagos one has been a little more of a hit when it comes to the fan base, but like it's still not the same. Really, you're gonna dud me on this rest of the box? Come on. Ah, Chien-Pao. Boo. I'd even take the Tinkaton or the Mousehold, the Meryl. Give me some more illustration rares here. Come on. No, I don't want that. I don't want the Skeldridge one. Fuecoco! Yay! Let's go. That one looks clean too. That one looks clean. And the crazy thing is, that in a PSA 10 is... What's that? I think like 7 times the value of it. So... yeah, there's just so much crazy value on the PSA 10 versions of these cards. Like, it's nuts. Alright. Last 3 packs out of the first box. Again, has been pretty good. It's been pretty good. We haven't gotten the Magikarp. Again, that thing has eluded. And honestly, I like the price of it is just too crazy to venture into. But who knows what the end price on that thing is going to be. But at this point, I think it's just simpler to open up boxes, these booster boxes, and just try like that. So the pull rates out of that first box were not great. Not great. But what we pulled made it great. Now this second box, let's see if we can start out a little bit nicer with something. That Magikarp thing would just right over the top. Super Rod, Slowking, Baxcalibur, another illustration rare that's worth a little bit of money. Basically all the illustration rares in this set are worth good money. Like good money out of this thing. So you pull a few of them, honestly you're laughing on your ROI out of this That's why, honestly, I just loved opening up these because it was just worth it. You could turn around, sell them. Now that the prices are going up, it's a little bit harder. But if you can find these boxes, again, under a couple $100, you're definitely going to be ahead. And especially if you get something clean, like a nice PSA 10 out of the Raichu or the Tyranitar. Even the Meryl, like that one card will just make that box. But the pull rates on this is just a little bit different than what the other ones are. Like I definitely feel like this one's a little bit harder. Like we just did Stellar Crown, and having done it more recently, I feel like there was just a lot in that booster box versus this. There's not a whole lot. There's not as many, sorry, not a whole lot. There's not as many hits that's going to be given to you. Yeah, this, again, the hits are just worth it though. Just make it worth it. That's the biggest difference between this and like even Obsidian Flame. The hits out of this set are just more worth it. Illustration rares. Not so much the special illustration rares, but the illustration rares. Wow, we're still shooting for, again, third best card pulled so far. Out of 3/4 of 72 packs. So we're 18, 36, and then 56. So we're still looking for, oh, we got another one. Sudowoodo. And again, Sudowoodo is still a well-valued card out of this set at basically $20. And the PSA 10 is at almost, or basically around $300. It seems a little bit off-centered. I will definitely kind of look at it and take a little measurement of side to side. Because honestly, you kind of need to. Nowadays, and especially with PSA being as strict as they are now, you really have to be really attentive on the way the front looks. The front needs to be basically perfect. Side to side has a little bit of wiggle room, but nothing. Like you need to measure it. There's a bunch of tools online. You can print out the papers. There's that clear plastic with the measurements tool on it that you can buy. There's even like little photo, I think, like lenses that you can buy that actually have like a measurement so you can see how sharp the corners are. And like there's so many different tools, and especially if you're going to dive into this, and rather than waste that grading fee, again, it's worth it to at least just check. Because I mean, if it comes back at 9, if you paid for the card, you basically just wasted the grading fee, because that 9 is basically worth whatever it is raw. There's not many cards that are worth more than a 9, but sometimes it does happen from time to time. So I think it just really depends on pop on those cards. But out of this, yeah, 10s are king. 10s are king, 100%. So as of right now, I think we have a few cards that are definitely 10 worthy and has some huge potential. But again, we still have, I want to say, just 10 packs left. There's still a chance to pull something, because I don't think we have an illustration rare out of this box quite yet. We do have a lot of EX out of this thing, but no illustration rares. I mean, no special illustration. We have 2 illustration rares. The first box we had 2 illustration rares. So at this point, I think it's just a special illustration rare that's kind of missing out of the bunch. Well, unless the gold hyper rare replaces that. Oh, Quaxwell, Tinglu. Quaxwell is not very well centered. It is off center, unfortunately. But again, another well-priced card. Quaxwell is not as strong as Fuecoco, but Quaxwell is again around $10 card. All the Paldea hits, honestly, they're worth a lot for what it is, like a lot. As I say, it is 100% worth it if you can find these at a reasonable price to open them. That's all I can recommend. There is a few cards from each set that are the chase. This set has, I would probably say, 10 cards that are definitely in the chase worthy sort of bracket, and we have pulled a few of them. So 3 packs left. Nothing out of that third last one. We got 2 more here. Then that's it. Again, Magikarp has eluded me, I would assume, unless this last pack has something the Pokemon gods are throwing at us. I don't think we got much out of this, but nope, that's it. So Sudowoodo, there's Baxcalibur, Quaxwell unfortunately doesn't have a whole lot of value in the PSA 10, and then Raichu, Fuecoco. I don't think that Wu Qian has. It's around 100. It's something, but again, those few cards, like even just pulling a Fuecoco, a Raichu, Tyranitar, any of like the top 15 to 20 cards, there's more likely than not this is going to be a very high priced PSA 10. Even Spirigatito, like that one, again, the price of it, and again, we use Collector's app, it's just simple, and usually on the modern stuff, there's enough data that supports a lot of this stuff. So it's harder on the older, the more vintage Pokemon stuff, just because there's very limited when it comes to sales, when it comes to near mint stuff. Usually all the new stuff is pretty much near mint. Like there's nothing really damaged that's going to be in a sale out of this. So it's just, at this point, it's a PSA 10, PSA 9, PSA 8. That's usually, like, there's not much less than that, but yeah, there's so many good cards out of this set, and there's a few here. I would be way more excited if that Raichu was so much cleaner and just way better offset. Again, at this point, I'm happy. That card will make back the difference and other stuff with even just sending those few out, make it so much better. So that's all I gotta say. If you like what we're doing, you like the content we're providing, you like everything that we're doing, like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate the love. But in the meantime, thank you. Have a great day. See ya.